Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Linda Israel, and thank you so very much for coming to my live stream here on YouTube. I greatly appreciate your support and for taking the time to come here and hang out. There are a few things that I want to go over before the actual live started, so this is a recording. First of all, I want to make sure that you like this video and subscribe, so give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell up in the corner. That way you'll get a notification whenever I upload a video. I have a broadcast post or even a live stream. If you're watching this video as a replay and you're on a computer, look for the little gear at the bottom. You can change the speed to speed it up. Or if you're on a mobile device, look for the little three dots and usually you can change the playback speed there. My live streams generally last about 2 hours. They can go as long as 3 hours. It kind of depends on what we're working on that day and how the feedback is in the chat. While you're watching, you earn junk bucks. So if you are here in order to get those junk bucks accumulating, go ahead and type hello in the chat and my little bot, Junkie Joe, will see you and then you'll start accruing junk bucks. And you're wondering, well, what do I do with those junk bucks? Well, you can accumulate those, and once you have 2,000 of them, you can type !award and you can redeem them for a $10 off coupon to my shop. You can earn junk bucks while you're here and when you are chatting, as well as when you play the in-chat game. So look for those as they come up, and if you make a donation. For those of you that make a donation during my live stream, make sure that you go over to my website at lindaisrael.com, and if you haven't already done so, create a user account. When you make a donation during my live stream, basically you're buying a membership to my website and to the live stream. In my opinion, what we're doing is you're accumulating that money in my account. Thank you for that donation. And as a reward, you will get 5% off your orders at lindaisrael.com. And during the live stream, if I have a journal that I'm giving away at the very end, you are eligible to win that journal. Anybody that makes a donation gets into that drawing by manually typing in the raffle at the end, but then you also get the discount membership on my website. Thank you to Robin, who is my administrator during the live stream. She helps me out with answering questions as well as giving information. She is also my administrator over at the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, please do. We'd love to have you over there. You're welcome to share what you're working on. Speaking of sharing, during the live today, you can speak up in the chat and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. You will not be able to share your link to your channel, but you can at least say, hey, my name is, and this is what I do. And then your friends that come into the chat can follow each other. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you will be kind to those that are here. If you have a question, put it in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those. The chat sometimes goes pretty fast, so I don't always see it, so do ask again. And at the same time, if you're in the chat and you know the answer to somebody's question, please speak up and give them the answer. Check the description box for links to products that I share today. Yes, I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I do get a commission on items that you purchase through my link. If you're going to buy something anyway, I greatly appreciate it. It does not cost you any extra. It just gives me a little bit of a commission, which helps me buy products to show you here. If you win one of the raffles, you can start right now by typing !raffle. Do make sure that you go over to my website, and if you haven't already created a user account, that way I will have your contact information so I can send you your prize. I am starting a raffle right now that is for 200 junk bucks, so you can get well on your way to accumulating your junk bucks. Let's have some fun today and let's get started. Thanks everybody for being here. Hello, everyone. Welcome. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was playing around before I got started. I happened to find a little photo frame in my stash. I used to make little framed works of art and sell them, and I got inspired just before the live. I had this mixed media paper that I had made a while back, and it was just laying here, and I stamped around the edge, and then I stamped Waymaker, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in the Darkness, My God, That Is Who You Are. And I was sitting here playing with this, trying to figure out how I want to put this behind the frame. I don't know if I want to add, I don't know, do I need to add something above and below of that? Give me your opinions of that. How is everybody? Thank you for hanging out with me today. I know that Robin couldn't be here because she had to work. She said making money was more important. I understand that. I really do. You got to have money to live, right? I went on vacation with Henry. It was our 33rd wedding anniversary. And we celebrated by going on a cruise out of Galveston on the Carnival Breeze, and we had a really good time. We both got sick on the ship. We won't talk about that, but we got over it and we're better, and we had a good time despite that. And the dogs are doing well. They were at the dog sitters. They come and pick them up the morning that we left, and they stayed with them. And they have 3 dogs, so it was like they're in a little pack of doggies at their house, and so they were very spoiled rotten, and they seem to be doing all right. Hercules has been on antibiotics, and he's gotten off of those now, but I may have to take him back because his eye has been really goopy, and when he sleeps, when he wakes up, his eyes all kind of matted shut. So I have to use hot water and a compress to get that to loosen up. I'm kind of thinking, as I look at the image on the screen, I'm kind of thinking that that's all it needs, just to leave it like that. This has a gold frame around here. I thought I was going to put something above and below, but I think I'm just going to leave it. So we're all well. We're doing good. We've been home for a week now, and I got home after my last live stream, so that's why we didn't have it. Plus, we didn't have internet. That's a whole nother ordeal. But we're back, and I've been working in my yard. I have been wanting to have some pathway on the front of our property around to a side gate that we have, and we haven't had it, and I've wanted it and wanted it and wanted it, and Henry finally said yes, and so we had that installed. I actually hired somebody to help install it, and they got that done for us. And then when we got back from vacation, I knew that I wanted to expand the flower bed that's over there. Thank you, Julie. And so I started working on that, and Henry helped by helping to dig out the grass that's over there. So hopefully when the growing season starts, I will have killed out all of the grass so that it looks good and is ready for plants. So I've been busy doing that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together. I have a wall in my living room. I need to take a picture of it and to share it. That for many years, my mother-in-law, co-workers, friends have given me crosses and some art, and I have dedicated a whole wall in our living room, and I've also been kind of adding my own little things, and I think I'm going to add this to the wall. I think it will just give another little touch. I was inspired because I have all of the Bible verses and Christian type sayings here. I think that'll be good to hang on the wall. Okay. I know, I'm distracted. All right, so the last time that I was here, I showed that I had deconstructed a calendar. It was a 2024 calendar that was given to me by it was given to me via my mother-in-law from Henry's aunt. And I liked the way the pages looked. And so I cut it all apart, and I figured out that if I cut a book page to be 8.5 by 11 inches, and then if I put this image in the center, it looked pretty good. So what we did on these pages is I added some washi tape. You know, I probably, like many of you, have a bunch of washi tape that I haven't been using, and so I started using it as a border to go with these beautiful images that were part of this calendar. So there's a few of the pages. So I think I'm just going to grab one and we're going to get started here, adding them together. I also have some mixed media papers, gel prints, and whatnot that I made. Oh, and I also did, while I was on cruise, I took my watercolors and I fussy cut and watercolored some flowers. So I have a few more flowers to use. All right, so let's set this aside, and I'm going to look at this one and see what color of a washi tape do I want to use around the edge. I'm also going to grab a glue stick that works. Let's see what I have here, if there are any of these. This one might work because it's kind of a tealy. I could do it where the darker's on the edge and this fades into the inside. I think that's what we'll do. Hey, Crafts by Nima. Crafts and Designs by Nima. Hello, welcome. All right, so I think that's what we're going to do is I am going to slide this over here and use some glue stick, because washi tape doesn't always stick very well. And to help with that, I'm going to put down a little bit of some glue stick. And remember, when you're using your washi tape, that you don't want to pull it really hard. You want to be very gentle. Oops, don't stick yet. So that it doesn't curl your paper. All right, don't stick yet. It's the only bad thing about washi tape. It kind of has its own mind sometimes. So I'm just going to kind of line it up with the edge. And I'm just kind of hovering over and then just gently placing it. I think that's going to look all right when we put this around the edge. Yeah? All right, so I'm going to take this and rip that off. And let's go this side. So how's everybody? You had a good couple of weeks? I know it's been 2 weeks now since I was last here. I piddled a little bit in my room. Like I said, looking at some papers, and I saw that frame and I thought, I'm just going to make a little piece of art that I can hang on the wall. Okay, get that lined up. Go across that way. Putting the washi tape on the edge also will help kind of strengthen this paper, because it is just a book page and it could be rather thin. I am going to glue some other paper on the other side. Okay, I think what I want to do is lift this and rotate it so it's a little bit easier for me to work with. And I am leaving a little bit of an excess on the edges. I'll just fold that back or cut it off. It just kind of depends upon my mood at the moment. All right, then go this way. Go across over here. It's a good way to use up some of that excess papers that you may have, and washi tapes too. Oh, I ran into a friend that I have not seen in a really long time when I was a member. In fact, I was a president for a while of our local stamp group. And it was called Okie Inkers, and it was a group of people who got together and basically just shared our love of rubber stamps. Some of the people were about mixed media, some were about making greeting cards. It just kind of, everybody had their own style. And this gal used her rubber stamps with polymer clay. She was also a member of, I believe she joined my Toastmasters group too. I'm trying to remember where else I've known her from. And she works at the library here in town, and I didn't even know it. I went in there because I'm a member of the Oklahoma Lego Users Group, which is a group of people who like Lego. And we get together and do displays of Lego to help Lego become a little bit more visible to the public. And I ran into her there and I was like, wow, I haven't seen you in forever. So it was really kind of nice to run into her. Your back is still healing. You're improving slower than you like. Oh, that sucks. I hope that you are following the doctor's advice. My next door neighbor, I talked to him yesterday. I don't remember. My days have run together. And he had thrown his back out and was not feeling the greatest. And I said, you should be doing some exercises to strengthen your back. They don't have to be crazy. There's even simple ones that you could do seated in a chair where you basically kind of lift your legs and you operate them back and forth just to help strengthen your core and strengthen your back. He says, I'm going to look into that. So I hope you are too. All right, I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down to this page. So now I'm going to use some Aleene's tacky glue to glue it down. Now I'm making these pages because I want to stitch them together. It's called, am I saying it right, a kettle stitch. And you stitch each folded piece of paper to the next one. You can do it as signatures or groupings of pages, but I'm going to do one page at a time. I kind of did a little sample so I knew how it would go together. And the idea is that you take your pages and you punch holes in all of them and then stack them one on the other. And then you stitch them together separately. So this would be one page, and then it's stitched there. And then here's the next page, and that one's stitched there. And you just keep going until you have them all stitched together. So I'm working on the kettle stitch. That's what I'm going to do with these pages. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over. I guess I need my bone folder so I can make sure that glue goes all the way out to the edges. Okay, let's flip this over. All right, so what would be a paper that I could use on the other side? Well, I really like this paper. And I know it's a lot brighter than what's on the other side, but I kind of like it. Or we could do this one. Maybe we'll do this one. It's a little bit lighter. So what I want to do on this side is in the others, I added some writing space and some kind of pocket. Each one has a little bit different layers. In fact, this has a pocket here. I don't even think I haven't put anything in there yet. There's a pocket there. And then this one has a pocket here. And this one has a pocket here. So, and this one has two pockets. So it has a pocket here and a little tuck spot there. So we're going to see what I want to do for pockets on this page. I also have some of these notepad papers. I have a little tear off notepad papers, and then I have a whole stack of other papers. Oh, I have these too. I got these at the Dollar Tree. And for some reason, that one kind of calls to me. I don't know. I'm in that mood for that color scheme. And that one's kind of pretty, but I think this one would go well with that. That would be a good pocket. But I got all these at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And they're cardstock. I believe they're 6 by 6. I thought that was the paper that went with it, but they're not. 6 by 6 papers. All right, so if we did that as a pocket on one side, maybe we'll even do a different type of a pocket. Let's see here. I have another little, these were scrap pads that were given to me a while back. I don't know if they're, let's see what we got here. We got some stripes, some stars, stickers. Well, no, these are not stickers, but that was a package for stickers or something else. I guess I saved it. I don't know if I want to do this darker blue or if I should do this lighter blue. I think the contrast of the darker blue would be better for some writing space. So I'm going to get rid of the papers. Okay, let's put that back over here. Let's try to see what else I had here. I don't know. I guess this was for some stickers I had, but I don't see the stickers. I don't see them, but I have some rubber stamps. Okay, let's get rid of that. What else do I have here? Oh yeah, I remembered I got these out too. And I was going to flip through them and see if there was something that I could use. Thank you. Play is the work of childhood. Fred Rogers. I don't know if that would fit. Oh, places we will go. That says baby. I don't really see anything else. That's kind of a pretty piece. I don't know that it goes. Good luck. Celebrate. That's kind of pretty. There's some alphabet, it looks like, in here. All right, I think that'll be good. Let's see if there's any of those that fit our needs. All right, I'm going to pop this over here to the side. What else do I have here? It's kind of like, ooh, Christmas. I'm just finding things that I have laying around to the side and in little bins that I've had forever. All right, let's lay these out in case we get inspired to use one. Other sides are just pretty much blank. All right, so I think what I want to do is glue down this piece, and then we'll look at gluing stuff on top. All right, so I'm going to put some glue on here, which will also strengthen your paper. So Robin, she prefers to use cardstock for her pages. But if you don't have a wide variety or an abundance of cardstock, we'll glue multiple pieces of paper together. So in this case, technically, I'll have 3 sheets of paper glued together. And it won't quite be as thick as cardstock, but it'll be nice and sturdy. Okay, I'm just kind of getting that centered, and then I'll use my bone folder. Junkie Joe's telling y'all about it, ain't he? Okay. I think what I want to do is make a pocket out of this, but I'm trying to decide. I may not do a traditional across the bottom, but maybe going from the side so we could tuck stuff this way. So I'm going to cut this down, maybe 2.5 inches. Then that would go over here, and then we can put some stuff on top of it. And this could become a journal card somewhere else. I could cut it in half, and I don't know if I want to stick it on the same piece. I could cut it smaller and maybe put one of those on top. I don't know. Tell me what you like. I'm going to go ahead and add some distress inks to the edges of this blue paper, and then the edges of my pocket, and then we'll kind of figure out what we want to do here. I re-inked my ink pad earlier, so it seems to be giving me some good coverage. I'm about due for some more of those foam pads. I think I need to buy some more. Someone said, why don't you use other devices? And I'm like, well, I prefer the foam pads. Yes, they do wear, but I just prefer them. Okay, so that's going to go over there. I think what I'm going to do next is go ahead and go around the outside edge here. My paper is still wet because of the glue, so I'm trying to wait as long as possible before I fold it, because if you fold it too soon when it's wet, it kind of will crinkle, and I don't want that to happen. So if we were to put this over here, and then this should be right at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches, 5 by 7. So if we were to put that on this side, gauging off of how we did these. So on here, I added a little border at the top. Just trying to see what I did on the others. Here's a different one where I added a flower and a sentiment. I was trying to see if that's too dark to go on there. But maybe what we could do is stamp on another piece of paper a sentiment. Let's see if I can find one. Did I already do this one, Created with Purpose? Yes, I did use that one. For we walk by faith, not by sight. So if I were to stamp that onto another little piece of paper and then put that on top, that might look good. So let me find my little stamp pad or stamp block. And I see some ivory paper. I don't think this is big enough. Well, it might be. Let's see. I can't see the stamp. All right, let's try it. We're going to stamp it. I'm just using the Archival Inkjet Black. I re-inked that too. All right, so let's see. If I line this up right here, get my fat head in the way, right? Okay. And then put my stamp back. Put my ink pad away. I'll trim this a little bit. And let's see how this looks. Maybe we should round the corners of it. I think so. Corner round it. Let's do a 1/4 inch round. Okay. I think that'll look good. And then I know it's covering up some of that blue, but I think it kind of gives a nice little layered effect. Now, do we go with blue or do we go with this bright pink? I kind of like that bright pink. I think that would look pretty good. All right, so let's set this over here. And I need a drink of water. I started this during the last live. It was a scrap of our undesirable papers that I altered in order to make them desirable. And I think I can layer that on top of here. And we could make this a secondary little pocket on here. I think we have not very many chatty people today, Phoebe. Hello and welcome. I think we have a low amount of activity today. Because usually Robin will instigate the chat. And I don't know where Jennifer is. I didn't notice it until today that she had sent me a message on Facebook and I responded to her, but I haven't heard back from her. So hopefully she's okay as well. Okay, so if I put that there. All right, and if I put this here and that there, and then put this kind of coming up like that. And then I was thinking of gluing this to where this is a tuck spot or a pocket here. I don't know if I should glue the top part or just the sides. Do we make it a 3-way pocket with one opening or with a taller spot? I think just the one opening here. And then we can use some more cards. So I'm going to layer this together. And then I think this is almost dry enough that I can glue it or fold it. You're half asleep. You got up way too early. I understand that. Oreo has been doing this thing where he yips. Just because he can. He just yip, yip. And we're like, really, dog? But he does it anywhere from between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. Just random. So we've tried different things, and the one thing that seems to work pretty consistently is we've been feeding him food right before we go to bed so that he doesn't get hungry too soon. Oh, you want to make a heart themed journal? Just that reminds me, I need to go grab it. I made a Valentine heart journal many years ago, and I found it the other day. I'm gonna go grab it real fast. Let that dry for a moment. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go grab it. Cuppy wakes you up and runs over and panicked, and then you know she's had a nightmare. Aw, give her some treats. Frankie barked behind you. Aren't they funny how they do that? They just want to bark at you. So several years ago, my brother James used to work for Godiva Chocolate. And after certain events or holidays, they would throw away their containers. And this was one of such container where they take all the contents and throw it away. Well, he saved the heart. And then I took a calico collage journal kit and I made a heart-shaped journal. So you were talking about a heart themed. Well, this was a heart shaped. And so there is goodies tucked all throughout. So these were some papers that I think some of these were Seven Gypsies, Canvas Court brands, and then some of these were Calico Collage. Oh, I'm opening this wrong. Okay, there it goes that way. And then here's a tuck spot where I just took one of the pages and folded it up. And this one in here, I'm going to turn it around because it had the little cherub poking out. Of course, as I'm trying to do this for y'all, it all binds up on me. So there's an image there. And then over here is a little pocket. There's a pocket here. Just some of the pretty papers. And there's a pocket there. There's a little pocket here. There's a pocket here. There's lots of little things in this one. Oh, I skipped a page. No, I didn't. Okay. It's a flip-flop journal. So you've got this side, and I'm just going to quickly go through these really, really fast. Because this was a thick, thick journal. It had a lot of stuff in it. I just kept adding and adding and adding and adding. And then when you get to this side, you flip it over again. The pages were sticking together. Or is that the... Yeah, okay, so... And then here is the back side. And the back side was just... I didn't decorate it, but there's plenty of space to add writing all on the back side or photographs or whatever you want. And then you come back to the beginning. And then this was a... some stretchy, I don't know, stuff that I got, and I had some little flowers, and so I just kind of glued it all together, and then it all fits. It's a little snug, and it pops up into a little box. You want to make a tunnel book? Oh, that would be fun. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Margie. A tunnel book's kind of fun where, and if I understand, a tunnel book is where you're going to cut a hole, and as you flip the pages, it reveals, and in the very back, you usually have an image. So there's a frame that kind of gets bigger or smaller depending on how you put it together. All right. Thank you, Julie. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for a second. Okay. I thought so. I wonder if I can get my hands on it. I've done altered books where I've cut niches, and I think the same altar book that I'm talking about, I put a tunnel in it. I see a different altered book over here. The other one might be in the other room. This one doesn't have a tunnel in it, but it was a round robin. And so I sent this to other people, and we decorated the pages. I'll leave that popped open for a second. Let me see if I can grab that other book. What did I do with it? I guess I moved it. I don't see it. Over there on the shelf. Yeah, surely. I have several shelves. Oh my goodness. I don't know where it is. It was a fun journal that I made, or book that I altered a while back. Just like this one is. I need to send it around again. My only stipulation was that you had to leave the pages readable. So one particular person, they covered up one of the pages, the journal, the poem. And so I had to go find this book somewhere else. I went to a library and found this book. This is way back before a lot of the digital stuff these days, because I could probably find this in the Congress of Library book. And I had to go in and glue the page back in. I don't even see what page it was. I was so disappointed that she covered up the text on the page. But I don't know. It was a fun project that I did a long time ago. Another one of those things, you know. Live in the past. Okay, so some of these I put on that side. I've been consistently putting the writing space on one side, so I think I'm going to do the opposite, which is to put if I put the writing on this side and then put the pocket over here. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Because then when you come to this page, or should I change it? Because they're right next to each other. I think I'm going to have to do it the other way. Where there's a pocket, a page. Okay, I think I have to do it the other way. Otherwise, when they come together, because this side's going to be touching that side, I don't want it to be writing. I want it to be pocket writing. Everything old is new again. Exactly. Okay, so this side is going to be the writing space. So we're going to glue that down. You know, it is funny that if you look at some of the things that people are doing, and if you have been someone who has crafted for a long time in your life, you can go back through and see what it is that you used to do, and maybe it will translate into doing something different. Oh, I was going to stencil on that. I guess I still can. I just saw this. This is another stencil I bought at the Dollar Tree. Should I put it right in the middle? This one here? And then this would go up here like that. I think that is what I can do. Let me put some gloves on. You've seen some stuff, Margie. You have to show us what you've done. Get somebody over there with a cell phone. Take some pictures of your stuff. So should I do maybe a... Oh, I got a re-inker for my Dusty Concord, and I re-inked it today. So it's kind of juicy. Let's see if I can find... There's the purple. I don't think I named it Dusty Concord. That's lilac. Okay. All right, let's see what happens. If I kind of center that right about there. I'm going to try not to get it where the stencil kind of has a spot with numbers, and then of course it has other images that I don't want to get. So I'm trying to work around that. So I finally got a re-inker for my Dusty Concord so I can use it. That's kind of neat. Just adding a little bit to it. Right there, what do you think? All that stuff is long gone. You've moved on and you no longer have those old crafts. I'm going through my stash and I keep finding things that I have used many years ago but haven't done anything with in a while. I'll clean this stencil off a little bit. It's kind of a plasticky material. Plasticky. I like it. Looks great. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Put that back in here. All right, let's glue these down. Oh, I don't think I put distressings around that. So let's do these pieces. I'll glue that on top. I'm going to use the, if I get it open, yes. Use the beacon glue because this is a glossy paper. So I want it to stick. Yeah, I found a whole box of these picture frames in different sizes. And I was going through all of my photos that I've taken in the past of my garden, the dogs, and whatnot. And I've been sorting them in digitally. And I think I'm going to print a few of them and put them in frames. All right, I think I'm going to glue this to that we could tuck something up underneath there. So kind of in a pocket across the corners there. Yeah. And that's a slick paper on the back side. So I'll use the beacon glue again. Make a mess. If you still had everything, you'd be living like a hoarder. Okay, what are you trying to say about me? Huh? I feel like you are calling me out on something there, Margie. I have friends that deliberately move every so often so they can get rid of stuff. And I've lived in the same house since 1997. We moved in December of 97 and I have not moved. So I still have a lot of things. I have been getting rid of some stuff. I threw away a bunch of stuff. My trash buggy is full of some things I've thrown away. I just went through one of my closets and I've got a bunch of stuff to take to a thrift store. There's one called Hearts and Hands that's not too far from me in Bethany, Oklahoma. I think I'll go this way. And I like that little store. It's not fancy or anything, but I like where they put their money. And so I'm going to donate some stuff to them. Okay, I like that. So this will be a tuck spot here that if we wanted to put something under there, we could. For example, oh, it's too wide. But do I want to cut that smaller to fit? Maybe not. Maybe I'll save it. This piece is going to go as a pocket. So we're going to go over here. And the pocket's going to go here. And this piece is going to go here. I wanted this to be visible. So I think we'll go in there and there. So I'm going to glue that down and then glue this down. When you moved, you got rid of a lot of stuff. I know that some of my family members, when moving, like one of my step grandmother, she used to quilt, and she had a plethora of quilting materials, and I didn't know that they were going to be moving her, and they did. And they moved her to a very small house, and they threw away fabric and quilt patterns because they didn't want to move it. I thought that was really rude. That's not how you treat grandmother, who every year gave family members quilts, whether it be there was a new kid in the family, a new marriage, they just hadn't gotten theirs just yet, and they just threw away stuff. They didn't even try to donate it to anybody. Go ahead and make this a tuck spot. So when I die, I hope somebody will come into my house and actually find homes for everything. I'm trying to label it. I mean, you know, so you know what's in the boxes. Oh, dear. Okay. Let's see what we have in my box of pre-made doodads. See if there's something in here that would kind of work. That could maybe go in there. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, I may use that somewhere else. I don't see anything that necessarily goes sideways, but... Oh, we've got this butterfly. That would fit in that pocket. Let's do that. This has kind of gotten a little bit dirty because it's been messing around with other pieces, so I'm just going to go ahead. That will probably happen when you cross the bridge, yeah. But you won't care. I would rather be sitting at the table. I got you. I got you. All right, I'm just making sure that's going to fit in there, and then this one's going to go over here. I think we could stamp something on there. I wonder if this would fit. What? I don't even know what it says. What does it say? I can do all things through him who gives me strength. That's Philippians 4:13. I think I'm going to stamp that on the bottom here. I haven't stamped it before, so we may need a scrap of paper to make sure that when I stamp it, that it looks good. I'm just going to use this edge of paper here. See how that stamps. Oh, that looks good. All right, let's line this up. I can't always see. It's right about there. Oh, it's a little crooked, but that's okay. I think it's okay. Makes it look handmade, right? So that can go right here. And we'll put this back. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the back side of this. And then we'll stick that right here. So it kind of gives us a little bit of bits and bobs to work with. Okay. Now, let's get another one. So we'll lay that out. And we have yellow. Do we want to do yellow on yellow? Or do we want to do orange? I should probably put some of these washi tapes back in their containers so I can find them another day. Let's put that in here. I could do that. It's little arrows. Or I've got this. This is a kind of an orange fade, and then here's a yellow stripe. I'm thinking maybe the yellow stripe. Yeah, let's use the yellow stripe. Hey, Debbie, welcome, 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 welcome. I'm using my washi tapes. And a calendar. This was pages out of a calendar. Put this away. Putting a little bit of some glue stick. Oh, I don't have this one started. Always have to find the edge. Where is it? Aha, I think I found it. Ta-da! Alright, I'm going to use that around the edge. So again, trying not to pull the tape, but trying to get it as even as possible with the edge. And then we'll go this way. This is one of those journals that, because I'm using the same supplies, it can go quite easily. It may not necessarily be a speedy journal, but because you're using a base page and washi tape and a page out of a journal, you kind of can mass produce those if you like. You could use them all in the same journal like I am, or maybe you want to just make pages to put in different journals, or even to give as a gift. Because if you made this with thicker paper, you could just give it as an item to a person, and they could use it however they want, like a greeting card. Oh, I might be asked to teach a class at our library. So if you were to come to a workshop class that would be held at a library, and you know that I do junk journals and handmade paper greeting cards, what kind of class would you like to come to? Hey, Angela, welcome. How are you, lady? My friend Angela, a different Angela than that Angela, that works at the library, said that she wanted to see if I could do a workshop, and I said sure. And so I gave her my information to give to their, I think it's their programs director. And I think I told her teens and adults is who I'd want to teach. I don't really want to mess with the littles because of needing scissors and that kind of stuff. I'd have to pre-cut everything if I wanted them to do it. Making ephemera. So when you say making ephemera, give me a description of what you would say that would be ephemera. Are you talking about making handmade envelopes and note cards to go inside? Journal cards? Maybe some, I don't know, making pockets to go on the pages? Faux letters? Okay, I like that yellow on there. That looks pretty good. ATC tags, ATC, anything you use with or without a journal. Gotcha. Okay. That's probably something really simple, because I can either take some pre-cut papers that I already have and then put out supplies like washi tape and rubber stamps and gel prints and scrapbook paper that they can then use to layer. I give them some examples and then show them how to make a couple and then turn them loose to make their own. I like to teach a technique, but not necessarily have the whole workshop be you copy exactly what I make, because I want each person to find their own style, and maybe their style is a little different. Maybe they like different colors than I do or different images than I do. I kind of like that. Get rid of a bunch of scraps too. A win-win, exactly, because then I could just take all of my boxes that I sort by color and I just put them out and say, okay, look, you just go through here. And that would be easy, because I put this in my pile of green papers. I have a pile here that I haven't put in the bin yet. I've sorted this out the other day. So these are all greens that I need to go get my little box that holds green. And if someone is wanting to make a tag or a journal card with green, they would just go grab something out of that box. That's what I do. All right, so we got this side. Now, what do we have that could go on the other side? That one might be a good one. This watercolor page might be good. I kind of like this gel print. Yeah, I think we'll do this gel print. Rhonda, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you were able to stop by. How are you, lady? You keeping your youngins in line? I know you were posting about some events yours was going to. I bet they're keeping you busy, busy, busy. Busy, busy bee. I understand that for sure. I'm just going to glue this down, and then while it's drying, we'll look around to see what I can use for pockets. These gel prints, I have so many of them that I haven't used. And then I was going through my photographs of gel prints that I made in the past, and I'm like, ooh, I need to make some more gel prints. And I'm like, no, I need to use what I have. Because I have, this box is full. Can you see that? How deep that is? This is full of mixed media papers. And that's just one box. That's just one. That's just one. All right, so if we got this, and we're doing this type of technique where I put a writing space and a pocket on the pages, I'm thinking maybe, what do we have here? I have that paler blue that I didn't use earlier, and I think it works a little better on this. We could do the pink, but I think I like the blue. So if I were to put the blue there, and then let's find something for a pocket. I just saw this, and it doesn't necessarily fit, but it was just right here. It's one of those things. You know, I'm like, oh, what is this? What else do I have over here? I think that might be good. I have an envelope or a what do I call this? A basket. That right there. I got these stamps out because I wasn't sure if I was going to use them. Move that over. I don't know if I want to use that or not, but I also have like this full page pocket that could go on a page. I have a gel print pocket that could go on there. Getting Creative World, heading to Creative World in Frankfurt, Germany. Oh, wow. Sitting at the Atlantic Airport and restaurant, flight leaves for Amsterdam at 8:30. Wow. All right, thank you so much, Debbie. Thank you. That's awesome. Well, I hope you have an amazing time. Is that similar to what did we call that? The Creativation and CHA. I know that Creativation is, I don't know if it's changed names, but I know it's changed venues. And I can't remember if Creative World, is that pretty much just all the vendors? I think that's what that is. That sounds awesome. Ooh, look at this. I have an envelope that I made a while back. What if we stick that in there? I could do a secondary pocket and then put something in that pocket as well. What do you think? That's going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Try to see what else I have here that could go. I could put this in the pocket here, and then this could go here with something coming out the top of it. Something that big-ish. It's just fun to go back through some of this stuff that I've had laying here for a little while, and I'm like, ooh, I haven't used that, and ooh, that could use that. I wonder if this would, oh, it would fit. So if we look at this, and I put it, it's a card I made a while back that I glue down here, and then glue this pocket over here, and we've got lots of layers. Okay, I like it. We've got a plan. Okay, Creativation is in Seattle this year. Creative World will have around 250 companies there, and you're making a 2-week trip of it. That's amazing. How fun. Congratulations, and I hope you have an amazing time. I hope that you'll share some photos that you're allowed to. I know that sometimes those have some private events that you're not supposed to share right away. So I hope that you have an amazing time. That's awesome. I know the first time that I went to Creativation, I just was so overwhelmed with all the amazing things to see and the people to meet and hang out with, the talks, the workshops. Oh, there were just so many things. Okay. I think I want to add a pattern to this. So do we want to do that with rubber stamping? I think maybe I'll do it with rubber stamping. So I have here, this is an old Seven Gypsies, what do I want to call that? Ink pad, or a rubber stamp. And then I've got my Versamark, and I got a re-inker for my Versamark. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. I think what I want to do, I don't want to necessarily do embossing, but I think I could get away with making this a watermark. And basically it should show this design, but it'll just be a little bit darker than the paper after it sits for a little bit. Ah, Seth, thank you. Yes, you're sharing your trip through YouTube and Instagram. Awesome. You're very welcome. That's awesome. I'm Jill. I'd like to go. Okay, it'll take it a little bit, but can you kind of see the image? I think if I use my heat tool on it, I can't remember. I haven't done this in a long time. You barely see it. I'm trying to decide if I were to use some, I don't necessarily want to use embossing powder, although, do I have one? And I have a blue. Okay, we're going to try this. It'll make it a little bumpy to write on, but I think I kind of like the way this looks. All right, let's get rid of this. Nope, didn't get it all. Get in there! Nothing like glitter embossing powder, right? Lay that on there, and let's heat this up. Sometimes things don't work out exactly the way you want, so you just pivot. Just pivot. It's okay. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Make sure that the embossing powder melts. Try not to stick your face over the melting embossing powder. Kind of keep your face away from it. You're going to do a lot. Yeah, pivot slowly. You love that blue? Thank you. Because you don't want to fall. Pivot slowly. You don't want to fall. I kind of like that blue too. I know it won't make it very good writing space, but it'll be pretty writing space. Isn't that the way we're doing this? Close that up. All right, so I'm going to fold this in half. It's been sitting here long enough that it should be dry. And Rhonda, I know you're getting ready to leave, but I'm going to do a kettle stitch when I stitch the pages together. So I'm folding these pages as they're going to each be their own little unit. So when you come to this page, that's how it'll open up, and that will be what you see. I didn't get my, I should have creased it, but So now I know where the center mark is. And I don't know if I want to go this from the top or this from the bottom. You can let me know. We haven't figured out what we're going to put up there yet. But I am going to put this here. And I have this little pocket that I want to put on the page out towards the edge. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. It's getting hot and sticky there. Margie says you send it her way. She'll trade her for a few inches of snow. I don't want any snow. We've had some beautiful weather this past weekend. It was in the upper 60s and then 70s. And today I think it's like 70 something degrees. I don't have my thermostat in here, but outside. So I was able to work in my yard. My plants are going to be all confused thinking, has spring started? And then we're going to get a freeze. Somewhere in the middle would be okay. Don't want to be cold. Wisconsin always gets snow. Brr, but you're used to it. You live it, you're used to it. I was kind of glad while we were on our vacation, we missed a really cold snap that hit Oklahoma and Texas too. I think they even had snow in the ground in Galveston, Texas on the coast, which is really unusual. Okay, put it right about there. Take the card out so I don't accidentally glue it down. Your windows are open too, yeah. You need your little personal fan. Okay, so this is going to be over there. These items are going to go over here. I could put something in here. Let's look for some sentiments. Let's see what we have here that'll work. Collect beautiful moments. We could put that right here. I have the word journal we could put over here. Maybe we can add another piece of paper across the top. Trying to look, I'm looking around to see what I have that's right here that I'm like, oh, let's use that. Oh dear. I have a ticket from Calico Collage. Some coffee dyed paper. Okay, I think what I want to do is cut this apart. I just had my scissors. There they are. So if I put that on here, and I saw a little piece of, where was it? Ah, I saw some doilies. I just want one. So if I were to maybe use a corner, I'm folding it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. And then what if I were to put that coming off the corner, this right here, or over the top? Maybe like that. With this in the corner. Maybe. I'm going to cut this apart. Y'all can let me know what you think. I'm just going to cut a couple of the corners here. And if I were to lay that here, now do I want another piece of paper to go behind the word journal? You like it? You like it? You love it? You want more of it? It's a different shade of blue. I'm looking for scraps, my friends. I'm looking for scraps. Scrappy, scrappy, scrappy. That's got fabric in it. Okay, so I have this piece that could go here. And then do we want that over the top? And do I want to change the color of that? I think I do. And I may do it with maybe with the Distress Oxide. What color? I got out a piece of blue in case I wanted to use it. Maybe, I got Salty Ocean. That might be a good color. Let me get my blue. That's Mermaid. I don't want Mermaid. There's Ocean. Okay. Altering the color. Got things in the way. Move this over. I know it covers up the paper in the background, but I kind of like it. Salty Ocean, or purple, or Salty Ocean. All right, here. I have a piece of purple cheesecloth. And Robin's not here. I'll have to snap a picture and say, look, I used cheesecloth. Let's go around this piece. All right, let's glue down this piece first. Oh yeah, I just need to do this edge. Okay. Save it for Robin. Oh dear. I'm going to go ahead and fold this page in half for a moment. So when I put this down, I kind of get it centered. All right, then we're going to glue this piece up here across the top. And then I'll glue the corner. Do I want to swap that around? Do we want this going this way? Yeah, I think so. Jennifer, there she is. Robin had to work. I was wondering where you were, Miss Jennifer. All right, let's put this right up here. Come down just a little bit. And then we'll glue down this piece. Okay. I'm lining it up so you get that pink border behind it. I like it. All right, so this piece is going to go here. You took a big honking nap today? Oh my goodness. Sleep your life away. Oh. All right, and then I want a little piece of this cheesecloth. Do I want the piece that has the purple and blue? I don't want to cover up my all of my little doily. I'm going to cut a smaller piece here. Maybe put it, how about like that? So we have a little bit. I may change it just a smidge. You can still see the doily, but I'm trying to decide if I want to come up higher. Yeah, it covers it up a little bit. Let's see, Margie is here. Nema, I don't know if she's still here, but she was here earlier. Phoebe was watching. She's probably cooking dinner now. Julie, of course, is here. I'm trying to remember who else I saw that I said hello to. Rhonda Bennett is getting ready to get on a plane. Yeah, oh yeah. I have the back door open. It's so nice here today, so the dogs can go in and out. Hopefully, that's what they choose to do instead of using my floor as their bathroom. Yeah, your mind said kick butt today, but your body said, nope, we're going to take a nap. I am working on some journal pages. So this was a page out of a calendar, and I'm making the pages that once I'm done, they'll all stack together like this, so that when you open the pages, you'll get the full image. And we're going to do, or I'm going to do, a kettle stitch to stitch the pages together. So I just put pockets on this side. Now I need to put the stuff inside. You know, I haven't seen Peter chime in. He may be asleep. It's the middle of the night in Germany. All right, I think I'm going to put this guy, Collect Beautiful Moments, on here. Now, should I put a flower or a butterfly on top of the pocket there? I'm looking to see what I have in here. I have a few butterflies. I have a watercolor flower that I made. That looks kind of pretty. I think that fits. That's going to go there. And then I have a little blue butterfly. How about if I put that down there? I made that while I was on the cruise ship playing around with my watercolors. I laid the outer petal first and then came back in after it had dried a little bit and then added a second layer of petals, and I like the way that turned out. Kettle stitch is not something you've done. I think it's relatively easy. It takes a little bit of time, so I may not do it during a live stream. What I may do instead is record putting it together because it's going to take a while. Just by the sample that I did. Put that right here. Okay. And then I hate to cover it up, but I had this little notepad and a little envelope that had some butterflies on it. And then I had this as something that I was in a swap. And the idea was that you were to cut paper up and stamp different verses or sayings or whatnot, depending on the theme, and then mail them out. And so this was one that I got. And I think I'm going to put it beside the little bird so you can still see the bird. Okay. I like it. Another page done. All right, time for a drink. Get another page. I kind of like that one. So let's get another book page.
Don't skip ahead right now.
Oh, I guess the lady in the box decided to talk to me. You like it? Simple. I'm just cutting off this curled edge of the calendar page where the crease was, where it was folded. Now, what color washi tape this time? I see this one's kind of neat. I don't know if I want to, I don't know, with the stripes, but maybe stripes going around the edges would be good. So let's look at that one. Yeah, you would tell her where to go. I do too sometimes. Oh, sometimes I yell her name and say, just shut up. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Where's the glue stick? Here it is. I don't know if I'm going to do all 12 pages, but I do have them all cut out. I hear a dog walking around. Must be Hercules. All right, there's one side. So that's kind of how, that'll be a neat frame. You never activated her? Well, Henry got many years ago when they first came out. There was a special to where you could get the Amazon Echo Dot. And so it looks like a hockey puck. That's how I would describe it. And we have one in our kitchen. I have one in my craft room. We have one at the shop. I think Henry has one in his bathroom because he likes to listen to music when he's showering. So I had one for a little while in my bathroom, but I put it in here. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what? You're kind of annoying. Okay. This way. Line it up, line it up. Okay. What's a If she can't cook and clean, she's not welcome there. I gotcha. What are y'all watching? When you're not watching me, are you watching YouTube videos, and who are you watching? Or what theme of videos are you watching? Um, Henry and I have been watching a couple of different things. One is cruise videos, so it's usually cruise news or about a ship we're going to cruise on. There's a new ship that to us that we've never been on that we're going to cruise upon this year. And so we've been watching videos that discuss what that's all about. You have the dots everywhere in the house yourselves. Yeah, they get kind of addicting because you can ask it questions all the time, and you can play music. What else have I been watching? Oh, we watched a couple of gardening videos. I have along our fence line a really stubborn wild grapevine that goes absolutely cuckoo in that corner, and it drives me crazy because I always have to whack it back. So I wanted to know how can I actually get rid of it permanently. We won't say the KILL word because apparently algorithms don't like it when you say stuff like that. And so I learned about drilling holes in it, painting it with a herbicide. One person poured kerosene over it and set it on fire. I have a plethora of things to try. Unalive it. Cruise videos, you live on YouTube. Tanya McGuire, PM artist. Gotcha. We've been watching, what else we've been watching? Oh, there's a guy I watch that has a Lego, we call it a Lego city. And basically he is set up inside a huge warehouse that I think it's like 30 by 50. I don't know. It's crazy how big this place is. And it's full of Lego. And he updates about what he's building. He's been working on a zoo, and he's been working on the downtown core with, skyscraper buildings and a park. There's just been all kinds of stuff he's been working on. You watch police chases and craft videos and other stuff. For sometimes on Facebook, I'll scroll along and there'll be a video. I don't know why these are so satisfying, but it's usually of this guy who has come up to this house that is so overgrown that you can't even see the front of the house. And then he goes in and proceeds to mow and weed eat and transform the property. It's just like, wow, look at that. You had periods in it. It thought you were doing a link, and you're not allowed to do no links, girl. You're supposed to ask permission. I've been wanting to use this one, so I think I'm going to use it now. I think that'll be good on the backside. The shame. You watch those too? I don't know why. It's like, okay, back and forth. It's like, wow, look at that place. And road rage videos. I like watching the road rage videos where the person that ultimately gets their karma because of their rage when they're driving. I'm like, see, that's why you don't act like that. May I do a link junkie show? No? Well, heck with ya. dear. Ah. And then I like informational videos where, you know, you learn something about a critter, or did you know that you could? And I'm like, no, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, I know that. It's so satisfying to watch them. It's like, there it goes. I liked what this gel print turned out. I want to gel print some more, but I keep saying no. Okay, that's this side. That's this side. Okay, so now, what do we have? What do we have that we could use? I'm getting this basket out again in case there's something in there. I could do a great big pocket. Oh, I have this pocket that's ready to go with the journal card. Maybe we'll do that. I think I'm going to do that. Since Valentine's is coming up, right? Oop. Get in there. So love yourself. So there's a little journal card. Feels like lunchtime, but it's not time yet. You watch YouTube so much, you don't have time to craft. You're supposed to be crafting while you watch those. You gotta set your TV up, or get you a little table to set up in front of your TV so you can make something while you watch. But I think I'm gonna put this over here. This will go from top to the bottom. And this is a gel print as well. This is a printed gel print, and this is a physical gel print. You can't do both. Well, you have a computer. You're doing it on a computer. You could put your computer, put a table in front of your computer. And that's kind of what I have here is, even though right now I have a camera, I have a television that is my computer monitor. So it's I think it's a 32-inch TV, but I use it as a computer monitor. So I can watch movies or videos while I craft. And then when I'm doing videos with y'all, I can see myself on the screen, and I can see the chat. You got to have it on your lap so you can see it. It's got to be really close. Gotcha. Well, see, and you may want to invest in a TV as a monitor. Not that you're trying to connect to local network, but you're using it as a way to display, because it would be much larger to see. That's what I did with my father-in-law. So I helped him get a couple of monitors a while back, and then he has a huge television that he watches. Okay, that's going to go over there. And what do we want to put over here? Maybe a pink? Maybe? Or purple. So do we want that color? Or do we want that color? I'm kind of thinking the purpley. Got rid of them. Well, that would be the only reason why I would say a flat screen television and use it as a monitor, not as a television. Because the price of them have come down so much that it makes it really affordable to add it as a monitor. In fact, my work computer, I have a Roku TV and then a monitor and my laptop screen. So I have 3 screens that I can use. All right, so I think we're going to stencil on top of that one. So I'm going to get out my gloves. Now, do I want to spray it with Tattered Angels? I think we could. I like this stencil. I think I'm going to do this one. Ooh, stay. All right, I'm going to lay this in here. And I think I'm going to get a piece of copy paper. So I'm ready. Let's see what colors I have here. I have a dark blue that might work. I was trying to use what I have already on my desk. I have a pink. I don't know how well that pink would show up with the purple. So I'm thinking this darker blue. And it's only paper, so if it doesn't work, I'll just get another paper. You can see I'm trying to figure it out. Oh, if I lived closer, I'd come help you. And I'm shaking this up. This is sapphire, so it's a darker blue. Let me see if it's going to spray. Probably not. Let's clean it. Yeah. Not gonna work today. Let's see if I have a sprayer I can use. All right, let's lay that over. You have a thing you can play records, tapes, and CDs on. I have no idea how to use it, though. Oh, my goodness. Well, you know what you do? You watch a YouTube video on how to use your equipment. That's what I do when I have something that I don't know how to use. That'll be a pretty paper to use somewhere. Well, it bled through in the corner, but I think it'll be all right. Let's dry it a little bit, and we can use it on our page. You're not all that much into music. My husband's aunt loves to watch movies, and my father-in-law, I don't know where he bought them. I don't know if it was an auction or something, but it was a whole bunch of VHS tapes and a few DVDs. Some of them were where people had recorded movies and television shows, and some of them were actual, purchased DVD movie videos. And so she's been going through all of those and telling my father-in-law what she watched. It's like, okay. She has a couple of television shows she has to watch, though. So she says, I have to be home by this time so I can watch my stories. All right, make sure I'm still right side up. I think we're going to put that right here. Okay, I'll glue that in place. You have VHS and DVDs and got rid of the players for both? Oh, dear. Well, your laptop should be able to play the DVDs, by the way. You should be able to just plug it in, pop it into if you have a disc on there. Most of them do. and you can pop the movie in and it'll play on your laptop. So how's that? I saw this was a scrap of paper that I had attached a little piece to, and I'm thinking of trimming this. Get a little pin. So I'll cut it here and using that across the top. How's that? Oh, bummer. I think my new laptop doesn't have a DVD player in it either. But I have an external DVD I could hook up to it. You're not sad watching all that crap. I understand. All right, I'm going to put that across there. I think I like the way that looks. This was a piece out of a gardening catalog. I got a whole bunch of images in a, and they did it differently. It was a catalog in the sense of it was a whole bunch of images, but they were all separate pieces of paper and they were two-sided. And I cut up a bunch of them and made journal cards and elements out of it. Okay, I like that. So this one goes over here. We could find something to put on here. I don't know if this, does that go? I don't know. Maybe I'll lay that there. Let's open this up. Maybe we need another sentiment. She is more precious than jewels. Will that fit? It won't fit on there. But maybe what I should do is stamp it on a scrap of paper anyway. Will it fit on that? It'll fit on that scrap. Let's stamp it because I may want to use it somewhere else. Come on. I need to clean my acrylic blocks. They're a little dirty. I'm trying to get this straight. Okay. This is another brand new stamp, so I'm going to get a scrap of paper here and stamp that out. We try not to watch too much television, really. I mean, we have a couple of video people that we like to watch, and I don't know, just what we do. All right, let's line that up. She is more precious than jewels. I think I might be able to trim that. I'm going to cut this edge first. Pardon me. Woo. Maybe like that. I kind of like that. Let's put some distress inks around it. If you really want to watch a movie, you have Amazon Prime. Gotcha. Yeah, there's a few things on Amazon Prime we've watched. A lot of foul language, but The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is a pretty good show. Okay, I think I'm going to put that there. Using up my scraps. And then we need something over here. I don't know if I want that. I may leave that out for now. But I do have a pink butterfly we could put on here just for the variety of color. Well, I think I'm going to go back, and there's a page that I didn't make a card or put a card in the pocket. So I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to quit early today. I think I'll put that right there. Let's put this back over here where it belongs. Since that's a gel print, I'm going to use the beacon glue. Thank y'all for hanging out with me, for your donations, your kind words, your suggestions, your laughs. I truly hope that you've enjoyed hanging out with me today. Create something. Your hubby watches a lot of sports. We don't watch much sports because I don't really... We try not to watch much that we know that the people are earning a lot of money from us watching it, other than YouTube. Okay, I like that. That looks pretty good. This was another one we made. I like it. I like it a lot. And here's one. So that can go there. I know I'm going to come to the one that doesn't have a card in its pocket. I gotta find... Oh, I think I see it. Like it. That's going to be my last one. I'm going to show the others first. And this is one we did today. I think that one I need to add something to it. Maybe a sentiment. How about never stop exploring? Put that on here. Not too bad if you're in there watching craft videos. You don't have to worry about him watching TV. Okay. And that page will go here. So this page has a pocket here that I haven't put anything in. So let's see if I have something that would fit there. I should probably kind of measure it to see what would fit there. So a 6-inch by 5, 4 3/4 would kind of stick out a little bit. So what do I have here today? Trying to look at that color-wise. I have a greeting card, but that's not big enough. I may need to cut a piece of paper. I think that's too small. I have this paper that I could cut and add some other paper to it. Oh, the Violet movies, yeah. More people unalive, the better for him. Shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Okay. So, if I were to cut this to be 6 inches, yeah, by, let's do 4 3/4 and see how that fits. Okay, so it would stick out just a little bit, enough that once we decorate it, you'd be able to grab a hold of it. I think what I want to do is I'll leave this side for writing and add some papers to that side. So we have blues. I was trying to see if I had some scraps here that I could layer on here. Maybe this one, a little bit of that. And what I could do is layer a piece of some coffee dyed paper, and I saw some in here, I think it was. So if I were to cut that to fit and then just have a strip of that on there. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trim this to be 6 inches long. And I'm going to cut it to be 1 inch wide. 1 1/4. Let's do 1 1/4. There. And then this will go here. And then I can cut this piece to be 6 inches. By 4 inches. Yeah. John likes Alien, but he wants to go to bed before he watches it because they can't. Oh, gotcha. Wait. There's some crazy ones out there. Okay, where'd my little piece of paper go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I think like that. Now, do I want it to go on top of? I don't know. Let's add some distress inks and then we can decide. Yeah, some of those horror films, I just have no desire to ever see them. I didn't know this until just a little while ago. Henry's never seen Jaws. The Star Treks, we're watching a television series that's from a while back that's called Wildfire. And the mom of the family was on Deep Space Nine, which I know is not Star Trek, but it's the same concept of space travel and whatnot. All right, so do I want more of the coffee dyed or more of the green? I think I want more of the coffee dye, so I'm going to glue down that first. Oopsie. Oh, it was my box of, my package of Elmer's glue sticks. Should go up there. Go in there. Yeah, no, not shark. Was part of the was that Star Trek series? I couldn't remember if that's where. I mean, I know it's not the same as the other, but she was on that Deep Space Nine. I was like, I recognize her. Where do I know her from? And then we looked her up and was like, oh, she was on Deep Space Nine. These kids today, they don't know what television was like. All of this reality TV nonsense. Okay. I think I got a little bit of glue on my table. What are you whining about, Hercules? It's not time for dinner. Daddy's not home yet. I am going to trim this off a little bit. When I cut my coffee dyed paper, I guess I got it just a little too long. Now it's stuck to my cutting mat. Go away! Oops, sorry. Yes, different crew, but still in the series of the Star Trek. Okay, gotcha. All right, now I think we could add something else to this. It's going to go in this pocket here. So we could add maybe a smaller flower. I have this one that has some, I think that would be pretty, just right there. Just real simple. I think we want to do one more week of this. Are y'all ready for me to move on? Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 made. And if there's 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so there's 5 more pages that I can create. I think that's right. I just put the pages down somewhere. Up here. Nah, make anything you want. You wish you had some chocolate? Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm kind of thinking these don't really go. These are more fall because they have the footprints and leaves, and then this is more red, white, and blue. So maybe what I'll do next week is I'll make these 2 pages and we'll make the covers, because the covers, what I'm thinking when I do the kettle stitch, I'm thinking of making a cover that when I put the kettle stitch on, then I'm done and I glue it shut, and that's what makes it sturdy as a cover. That's what I'm thinking anyway. There. So that kind of sticks out there. And then there's this page. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do next week. We'll finish these 2 pages. Then I'll work on what is going to be the covers. Because see how thick that is, even with 2 more pages. It's right at 1 inch thick, which I think is good. And so basically, the journal is just going to open like this. Each page is like a signature that I'm going to stitch together using the kettle stitch. And I like the variety of colors. And I know that sometimes I use the same colors, but I think I like it still. I may redo the order, but that's where we are so far. We'll do these 2 next week, and I will get my supplies ready for a cover. How's that sound? All right, let's pick a winner of 200 junk bucks. I want to thank you all again for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Julie! I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know that, our lives are busy and you have lots of other things to do, but I hope you enjoyed just seeing me create a little bit and you're inspired to create on your own. Thank you so much, Margie. You never heard of a kettle stitch? Well, it's a simple stitch, but, and I know it'll be hard to see it, but if you do a search, you can see how it comes together. You basically, here's a piece of paper here, and my stitch is on the outside right now, so I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to come up through. I need another pair of glasses. And then I'm going to come up through the next hole, and then I'm going to go between this page to attach those together. So there's a stitch right there. I don't know if you can see it because it's probably flashing out. But there's a stitch right there. And then I'm going to go right back through the hole. But because I looped it around the other stitch, it stays. So I'm coming back through. And then I'm going to catch the stitch on this page. I'm going to go back through the hole again. It's a time-consuming way, but I think I'm going to like it because I can attach all these pages one stacked next to each other instead of being nested. All right, I gotta get it through there. Come on. I gotta work my magic. There it goes. You have to use a smaller needle, and you've got to use like a quilter's thread or double thickness of sewing thread. Now, I don't think it looks like a kettle when it's done. But there's the next one. And so then you just take your next page and you just stitch so that they're all stacked. And you can see where that's 2 separate pages. So there's stitches that are holding it together. There's the middle of that page. And that's where, I don't know, but that was the name that when I was doing research, I knew this was the technique I wanted to do, but I couldn't recall what the name was. And I just kept looking for different binding techniques. I'm like, I know I've done it, but I think we called it something else. And I don't even remember calling it a kettle stitch when we did it back in the 90s. But I get a little bit time consuming, but I think it's going to be worth it. So I need to make a template where I'll poke holes in here and be able to weave in and out of them. And I think that's going to make this journal a fun journal. So colorful the way that it was made. I just got to make sure I do a good cover for it. So, well, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Do something creative this week. Share it on social media. Tag me if you can. Do something kind for somebody else. You never know what someone else is going through, and it could be that a smile, a note from you, or a phone call from you, or a text message if you do that, may make their day so much better. So tell somebody you care. Tell them that they matter. What else? I think next week we'll work on this, finish these other 2 pages and make the covers. I'll have to go through my stash and think about what I want to put on the cover. I'm kind of thinking I might use that in the cover. I think that would be really pretty in there. So I'm going to lay that out in case I do choose to use that. Y'all have an amazing week, and know that I care about you and think about you, and I hope that you are having a fabulous day, a fabulous week. We'll see you next week. Lots of love to each and every one of you. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.